like Bing Bong.
Shit, you got me.
What were you gonna say?
Are you mad at the New York Knicks fans for stealing that from you?
Did they?
Yeah,
dude.
Bing
I
bong.
feel like we get ripped off all the time. It's frustrating. Yeah. It is frustrating. Well, guys, we're live because I said Bing Bong. Gonna start. Actually, you know what? Forgot to hit record. We're gonna start over. You ready? Back to the transition page. Here we go. Bing bong! All right, take two again. We're getting really good at the two-take start. I just need to remember to hit. I even have a sticky note on my computer that says hit record because I always forget. But we're good. We're solid now. Welcome to the CineBoiz podcast. We're here for another episode, joined by the whole crew today. I am Kenny. I'm one of the co-hosts of the CineBoiz podcast. We're part of the Cork Bats Podcast Network. Guys, happy National Payback Your Parents Day. So if you owe your parents any money, now's the time. Today is the best day to do that. I don't think I owe my mom any money. Mom, if I owe you money, just say how much in the chat. And we'll figure something out. But I think we're square.
My dad once paid my grandpa back, his dad, $20 when he was a kid. And he said, well, guess we're square now. And my grandpa said, we'll never be square.
Damn.
That's a good point. That's a really, really good point. It probably never will be square.
Not wrong, but
it's fairly accurate.
Yep.
Well, yeah, guys, if you are listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, thank you so much. Please consider subscribing, rate and review, all that good stuff. If you're watching live on the Cork Bats YouTube page right now, we really appreciate it. My mom's here. It looks like Casey's here. Welcome, welcome. Looks like Cork Bats is actually in the chat today, so welcome, Cork Bats. So there you go. But yeah, like I said, I'm Kenny. I'm one of the co-hosts of the CineBoiz podcast. I am joined, as always, on the East Coast by my good friend Mob. Mob, how are you?
I'm great.
That's awesome. Well, let me ask you this. What are you big on this week?
Will Smith is back.
He's back.
He is back.
He's back.
I think like maybe a month or two ago, I had said something mean about him. Like, he just doesn't make any good movies anymore.
I think maybe
good in them.
I think I said that, and that I don't know. Maybe
one of us did.
It was me.
It was either you or me. And I want to formally apologize because he is back. He's a good actor.
Yeah, he is.
Take it back.
So we watched King Richard last night, and it's a very enjoyable movie, and he is extremely good in it.
Yes.
And highly recommend.
Yes. We also watched King Richard last night, and I can say without a doubt, if Sandra Bullock can win an Oscar for The Blind Side, then there is no reason why Will Smith should not at least be nominated. On top of that,
correct.
If you look at current Oscar standings, if that's a thing,
this year's going to be weird.
Will Smith is the heavy favorite right now.
Okay,
I get it,
yes.
And I saw that tweet, and it's true. But I feel like it's really doing a disservice to King Richard to put it in the same sentence as The Blind Side.
Fair. I mean, it is a sports biopic. So,
yeah, but it's just one is good and one is bad.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Which is why your tweet holds, because if one is bad and can win an Oscar, then the good one should too.
Well, Blindside was nominated for Best Picture, just so we all know that. So
yeah, but so is Grinding Nemo.
It won
Best Picture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is there? We should come up with a list sometime of actors or actresses to win Best Actor for the worst movie. Because I know Blindside was nominated, but it was bad.
Isn't that the Razzies?
Yeah.
Well, no, the Razzies are
the Razzies
celebrating
are worst.
bad movies.
Right.
Oh.
We're talking about movies that were nominated.
Good performances
for
and
Oscars.
terrible movies.
Yes.
Yeah. Because there's one or two of those every year.
Yeah, so we watched King Richard also. Here's what I'll say about the movie. I would give it a B overall. I don't think it was spectacular, but it's a good movie. It's not a very challenging movie. It's a very easy watch. But I will say without a doubt that Will Smith, I'm with you on this, Mob. He's absolutely amazing in it. And I can't think. I mean, I've got a bunch of movies I still need to watch where names are being thrown out there like Andrew Garfield and Benedict Cumberbatch, Denzel Washington for the Best Actor nominations. I haven't seen any of their movies yet, but like I have a hard time thinking that it's going to be better than Will Smith's performance in King Richard. He absolutely disappears into that role. He hasn't done that very often. Usually Will Smith is playing Will Smith, but when he does that, the other example I can think of is Ali. Like, he was so good in that movie, and he was Muhammad Ali. And this is kind of the same thing where it's like, he's not Will Smith in this movie. He is very much Richard Williams. Like,
just in the way not just the way he talks, because obviously he's doing something with his voice, but with the way he walks and like just his whole persona.
Yeah. It's fantastic. And we were talking about before the episode, John Bernthal is also in the movie. He's fantastic.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
I love John Bernthal.
Yeah, John Bernthal is way more of a, typically when I feel like he's in a movie, he's either like a hard ass or not a very likable person. In this movie, he's like a really bubbly, fun, kind of like positive guy, which is very different from other John Bernthal roles. And I thought he was great.
I will say, so when he first showed up on the screen last night, my wife Kate goes, "What's with the porn stash?" And then her next sentence was, "Kind of reminds me of Kevin."
Yeah, Kevin could be a tennis instructor. I could see that.
Sheesh.
But yeah, if you haven't seen it, King Richard's on HBO Max. Do recommend it. Very good movie. Casey says, "Did you say Grinding Nemo?" Yes, we did.
Yeah.
That is the name of the movie.
That is the name.
Let us know what you think we're talking about.
That is, yeah. If you think you know what it is, say what you think it is in the chat.
It has
won
won an Oscar.
Best Picture.
It won Best Picture recently.
Not that long ago.
So,
3 years ago?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
More than that, right?
She also says, "Great Photoshop job." Thank you.
Nice PJ.
I dabbled a little bit on that this morning for our thumbnail, so there you go. Well, Mom, thank you so much. Thank you for bringing that heat. We really appreciate it. I say this. Let's go to Tom. Tom, how are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Wonderful. Let me ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
What are you big on?
Ghostbusters.
Ooh.
I went and saw it on Thursday night, and I had a wonderful time. Great sequel.
Whoa, hold
Paul
up a
Rudd
second.
is-
Hold up.
Yes,
Are you telling me you saw a movie on opening night?
I did.
Whoa.
I'm
That
trying to
is
get ahead
shocking.
of these things, baby.
Wow.
Not even. It was like the night before opening night.
Yeah,
I saw it on
that's
Thursday.
that's like a real opening. Way
I'm
to
trying
go,
to get
man.
out ahead of it. I'm trying to better myself. Get those movies early.
Trying to better myself. Well, that's awesome. Well, what were you gonna say? I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
Just gonna add. I think Paul Rudd is a gem. I will say it was a pretty empty theater. It was me and a buddy of mine, and then just like maybe 4 or 5 other people in the whole theater. But there were just a lot of actual like pretty funny moments that I wanted to laugh at, but like I would have been the only one, and so I would have been like that weird guy. So, but it was very funny and just a good Ghostbusters sequel. If you get to it, I say go for it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I got a ticket to go see it at 3:15
I think you're gonna
at
enjoy
the
it.
Alamo Draft House on Wes Anderson Lane. So
Nice.
there you go. Well, that's cool, man. Let's see. Oh, Casey says they're saying Grinding Nemo instead of Finding Nemo, and my childhood is ruined. Just so you know, Casey, we're not talking about Finding Nemo. So if you can guess it, again, it won Best Picture in the last 5 years. So, and then Decent AF is in the chat. Hello, our good friend. She says, "I saw Ghostbusters last night. It's a good time." So there you
I agree.
go. There you go. Okay, well, I think that leaves us with Kevin. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, I'm scared.
Why are you scared?
Because I just froze.
You're
and
a
guys are
little
frozen.
laggy today.
You guys are frozen right now. I can't. You're not moving, so
Your ping is very high.
I don't like that.
You got the high ping today.
I
You're
don't
rubber
like that.
banding.
That's okay. Just try not to move too much, and you should be okay. We can hear you just fine, so that's good.
All right.
So yeah, Kevin, what are you big on this week, my man?
I'm actually just gonna keep it really simple. I'm big on Thanksgiving. It doesn't get its due. People go straight from Halloween to Christmas, and
Thank
I
you.
freaking love Thanksgiving. It's
Thank
one of my
you.
favorite holidays.
I
Top
love Thanksgiving.
2 holidays.
It's an
I love the
underrated
food.
holiday. Yeah.
I love the football. It's right when you need it.
It's a day off to eat and do nothing. Like,
Yeah.
what's to complain about?
And I think most people kind of shut it down for the year. Once you get to Thanksgiving, you just kind of coast to New Year's, and I'm excited to do that.
Yeah.
So
This is the time of year where my drive to do a good job
yeah,
goes down, and my drive to be lazy and play video games goes way up.
this is the 6 weeks where you can eat anything in sight and not feel bad about yourself because you don't have to worry about it until January 2nd.
Right.
That's the day that
Calories don't
reckoning
count
comes.
after October 31st.
No. So we're almost there. I'm very excited. Get me some pumpkin pie. Give me some mashed potatoes. Just watch some football. Just
Yeah.
have a good old American holiday.
Yeah, man. Like I didn't realize until last year. So last year I live in Texas now, and I don't
You
know if
do?
you guys, yeah, I don't know if you guys knew that.
When did you move from New York?
Oh, sheesh.
I haven't lived in New York in a long time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but that was a
I
good.
don't
That
have-
was a good time in my life when I lived in New York City, on the corner
go
of 34th and I don't even remember. I know it was on 34th though.
Sounds like a
Right
trash
across the street
neighborhood.
from Macy's. I lived right over there. So the what was I gonna say? Well, dang it.
You live in Texas
Yes, I live in Texas
Sorry,
now.
I
and so
derailed it.
I went first year I was living in Texas. I went home for Thanksgiving. Last year was the first Thanksgiving I spent in Texas. And you watch football on Thanksgiving no matter where you live, unless you don't like football, which is fine. But the Cowboys always play on Thanksgiving. I didn't realize how big of a deal that is. Like in
Man.
Texas, like the Cowboys Thanksgiving game is one of the biggest parts of the day. So
That's so cool.
kinda
I
fun.
want the Chiefs to play on Thanksgiving one of these days.
It would
When
be
was the
awesome.
last? Have they ever? I can't even. I mean, I'm sure they have, but
we'd have to look
not
it
in the
up.
last decade, probably.
Yeah. So Casey says Shape of Water. You guessed it. You got it. And then she asks, is this pod sponsored by Alamo Draft House on West Anderson Lane? We're actually sponsored by Alamo Draft House on West Anderson Lane. They renamed the street out in front of the Alamo Draft House after Wes Anderson. So, and there's a sign. I'll tweet a picture today because I'm going there later. And then Decent AF says, I should mention I've never seen any other Ghostbusters movies, but I do know a bit about them. Fair enough. And if it was enough to enjoy the movie, then, there you go.
Yeah,
And then everybody loves Thanksgiving in the chat. And Casey wants to know, what's the tier Thanksgiving dishes, top tier for us?
Ooh,
That's a great question.
I really love. I don't know. I really love stuffing.
I was
I
gonna
love
say
stuffing a
stuffing.
whole
Yeah.
lot. Get some gravy on. Oh
I'm a
man,
stuffing boy.
pies. I mean, I don't know where you. I love pumpkin pie. I love it.
I don't know if this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I don't like homemade stuffing. I just want the stovetop from a box stuffing.
Okay, you're not
Freaking-
super wrong about that.
Sounds good.
Better.
I think that's all I've ever had.
Don't tell my mom.
Stovetop stuffing is better than anybody's homemade stuffing.
It's
I'm just
really
throwing
good.
it out there.
All stuffing's good, but
Yeah.
I say turkey's a bottom third. Yeah, it's not.
We don't eat
great.
turkey on Thanksgiving.
I don't.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
I had
We
a
eat steak.
I had a
Oh,
professor in college
man.
who said that for Thanksgiving they don't do turkey, they just grill up steaks, and I was like, that's a
Smart.
really good idea.
But then they do all the other
Great
sides.
idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do all
That's
the
brilliant.
Thanksgiving
Oh
sides with steak.
Gosh, I'm coming to Mom's house for Thanksgiving.
I
Well,
do,
so-
yeah, go ahead.
It's just me and Kate, and so like we don't have family come in, and so we
So
just
you
do
got
what we
plenty
want.
of
Neither
space
of
for
us-
me. Plenty
One,
of space.
We're not gonna make a big turkey for just the two of us. Two, neither of us loves turkey.
No one
And we
loves
love the
turkey.
sides. So
I mean, people like turkey on like sandwiches, but no one just wants it. There's a reason we only eat it once a year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, for turkey, I do like a good fried turkey. Like,
Oh yeah, you get a turkey leg, or
yeah,
even like
Catherine's dad fries the
give me that.
turkey, and I think that's really good. But
Don't
I
catch
would,
his-
if you're gonna give
don't
me
catch
the
your house on
option
fire.
between a
Fire
fried
safety.
turkey and steak, I'm gonna take steak every time.
heck yeah,
Yeah.
heck yeah.
Molly Wicks is in the chat. Hello, Molly. Casey says she's never had stovetop stuffing.
Try it.
That is a crime.
Wow.
Well, you
It's
got-
gonna look gross, but it tastes so good.
yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks nasty, but it tastes amazing. That's the best way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I think that's it. I don't think we have any other big ons. Thanks for answering all the questions
Yeah.
and stuff. We'll just move
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Hey Ken,
Oh, hey, Kevin, what's up?
how dare you try to move on? I've got a question for you. What are you big on?
I'm big on two things this week, and I didn't put it in the rundown because I didn't want you guys to know what it was. First big thing that I'm big on Mob.
Hell yeah!
I'm big on
Give me
Mob
some
this
Mob.
week.
Break me off a piece of that Mobcat bar.
Mob turned 31 this week. Is that right? 31, right? Yeah, because I'm turning. Yep, that makes sense. Mob turned 31 this week.
Show them what I sent you for your birthday.
Yeah, show us.
What if I don't
You guys
want
send
to?
gifts to
You
each
gotta
other.
show
That's
it.
cool.
He sent me a ring.
Yes.
That is a butt and it farts. I had this out in the other room the other day while I was working, and I walked out there and I was like, "What is going on?" And the thing was closed, but it was just farting.
It was still farting?
It was still farting closed, so I like slammed it on the table.
Oh my gosh.
Well spent $9.99.
I just love that you send each other
Yeah,
birthday gifts.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I try not to tell him in advance. This year it showed up late, so I had to give him notice. And I told him, imagine that when you're opening it, I'm saying happy birthday, you old fart. And then
But even had he not told me that it was from him or that it was coming, because it came, there was no note, nothing. It was just this box. I would have known it was from him.
yeah.
Fair enough.
He once sent me a candle that was the scent was old balls.
We've got a
That's
theme
gross.
going on. Gross.
That's really
gross
weird.
Things. It smelled good.
Decent AF says,
That's
CineBoiz sing
suspect.
happy birthday on the pod challenge. Does somebody want
One,
to sing the
two, one, two, three. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to
you.
you.
Hey, happy birthday.
Happy
dear
birthday.
Mom.
Happy
Happy birthday to you. Yay. Oh no. He straight bounced. He's like, I'm not doing this.
Bye.
So that's the first thing that I'm big on this week. The second thing that I'm big on this week, we got a new Spider-Man trailer.
Yeah, we did.
The Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. And again, we have a very unpopular opinion about the new Spider-Man movie, which we are picking fights on the internet because it's fun. It's good for the brand. But we are saying that Toby Maguire and Andrew Garfield are not in the new Spider-Man movie.
Are we saying that?
We are saying that.
Okay. That's
yeah.
the company line?
That is the company line, and we're
All
going to
right.
stick by it. But yeah, no new trailer came out. Shows a lot of cool stuff. Some new bad guys, a lot of Spider-Man stuff. Looks.
I will
looks good.
say, it would be kind of strange to me, I think, if all those villains from other Spider-Man universes showed up, but not a single other Spider-Man showed up. I do feel like that would be strange, but whatever.
I mean,
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield is going to swoop in and catch Zendaya. We all know it.
Here's what I'll say: if Andrew Garfield is in this movie, then I think Andrew Garfield should be nominated for an Oscar for spending the entire year acting as if he is not in this movie, because he's done a fantastic job.
Yeah.
I believe him, and so that's why I have this opinion. I just don't like the idea that Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland are lying to me. You know, I think they're trustworthy guys. So
I
if they
love
say
that-
they're not in
but
the
if
movie,
it's part
they're
of a
not in the
good,
movie.
a good
Tom
trick-
Holland knows something, and he is struggling not to let it out, because I've seen a couple interviews with him where they ask him a question, he basically just like won't answer anything because he's afraid of what he'll say. I love the guy.
I will say, I think there are going to be some surprise, and I'm not sure what they are. There will be some surprise people in this movie,
Yes.
like whether it's characters. I just don't think it's going to be Toby Maguire and Andrew Garfield, but that might come in the future.
Yeah.
If that makes
I
sense.
think we're going to be left broken and shattered after this movie.
Well, here's
I think it's going to
probably.
be a bummer, and we're going to be like, oh my god. It's just like Infinity War. I think.
Yeah.
That's my prediction.
I think you could be right.
I'm going to be in shambles.
I'm really concerned that we're going to get this movie. They're not going to be in it. And then every mega fan is going to freak out and say it's a terrible movie because they didn't get what they wanted. And it's going to, it's going to ruin the reputation of what I think is probably going to be a really good movie.
I don't think so. I mean, who cares if Andrew Garfield's in the movie? Who cares?
He's handsome.
He's the worst Spider-Man.
He might be. Some people would probably disagree with you, but there's a lot of people. So,
I don't.
yeah. DZNAF says, I don't think you're wrong, but I hope you're wrong. I don't hope we're wrong. I want to lord it over people.
You want chaos?
Yeah, I want to lord it over people and say, hey, we were right the whole time after the movie comes out.
I am interested to see how they figure out. Basically, in a couple previews, Doctor Strange is like, hey, look what you did, you little jerk. But it was like his fault. So how's that going to go down? I'm interested.
Yeah.
Also, like, they say it's his fault, but also if you're caught up on the DC universe, and I don't know if everyone is, or not DC, Marvel
DC,
universe. Marvel universe. Like, there's other things at play that like have started this whole thing too.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
So
Wanda, Loki, all that.
yeah, I'm
anybody
thinking
watch Hawkeye yet?
specifically Loki.
Is it out?
No,
Didn't
not
it
out
come
yet.
out
actually,
today?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Next
Or is
week.
it next Friday?
Yeah.
Next week.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't listen to me.
Hawkeye.
Yeah. Well,
I think it has the potential to be really bad.
I think it's
No Way
going to be
Home?
really good because
Hawkeye. Sorry, we're transitioning.
I think
Oh,
Hawkeye's going
Hawkeye,
to be.
sorry.
Apparently, Haley Steinfeld's awesome.
I believe that.
Nice.
I do believe that because she's good. I generally like her
She's
movies,
great.
but every time I see Jeremy Renner, I like him a little bit less.
He did like the preview to the football game last week or something. and it was just like,
that's what
Wait.
what really got me, I think.
Which
was it
football
Sunday
game?
night?
Oh.
Was it Sunday night?
It might have been.
Or was it-
Monday night? It was probably Monday because it was on ESPN.
Yeah, it might have been Monday night.
The
think it
Chiefs
was
played
Monday
Sunday night. Last Sunday night. So,
Yeah, it wasn't
so
the
it wasn't the
remember that.
Chiefs.
It was Monday.
It was
the
Monday
night
night.
game. Yeah.
Although we
And
did,
he did like
we started watching it a little late on Sunday, so it could have been Sunday.
he did like the intro to it, and he
was
pretended like he
so-
knew anything about football, but you could tell he knew nothing
so-
about football.
cringy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff.
So
check out Hawkeye.
Jeremy Renner, if you're listening, come on the podcast so we can roast you.
Yeah, you open invitation for us to burn your ass live on the podcast.
We'll let you play one song live.
Yeah.
No. I refuse.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Actually, okay.
Jeremy Renner. And then we just slip over, and he's like in my apartment sitting on a stool playing guitar.
Or we
Actually
just play
think-
Conway Twitty.
Ooh, yeah. Penny, next Halloween, you
Or-
should be Jeremy Renner playing in his band.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
even better,
I
idea,
would need a
just
lot of
cut.
leather, like
I would
wristbands. I
would
feel like.
love that
Oh,
costume.
where you're
Yeah.
going, Tom.
We cut to a scene of Mac and Me, like Paul Rudd always did on Conan.
Fair enough.
The kid scooting down his wheelchair.
Wasn't it Conan who did that to Paul Rudd?
No, Paul Rudd.
No,
I
he did
listened
it to Conan like
He
10
did it to Conan
times.
for like
Over like
25
15 years.
years.
Yeah.
So long.
Yeah.
I
We're
thought it was
talking
the
about
other
it
way
on-
around.
Conan's podcast, which is
No,
quite
it was-
enjoyable. By
It
the
was
way.
every time Paul Rudd went on the show, he showed the same clip of
Yeah.
the kid flying off the cliff.
Yeah. So great. That movie's so bad. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Oh,
Just that scene.
It's
I've only
absolute
seen that scene.
garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Deezen AF says, never forget the Jeremy Renner app. We won't.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
can
that's
you?
bizarre.
Yeah.
That is weird.
Yeah.
It's not still around, is it?
I don't think so. It can't be. He had to have taken it down, surely.
It seemed like money laundering or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, guys,
I
let's
think
get.
it was just called Jeremy.
You heard
Renner,
it here
right?
first.
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner, money launderer.
Well, guys, let's just get into it. All right. Let's get to the reason why we're here. So today we're doing our December movie preview. So essentially, it's going to be 5 movies. There's a lot of movies coming out in December, but we're going to stick to the 5 that we think are probably going to be the most popular, and kind of take it from there. But if there's anything you think we missed, let us know in the chat, and we'll apologize to you directly. But let's start with December 10th. We've got West Side Story in theaters. It stars Ansel Elgort and Rachel Ziegler. It's directed by Steven Spielberg. It's a remake. It's a musical.
Is it?
Who needs this?
Here, look, I've never seen West Side Story. I don't know the gist of it. All I know is that it's like, racial tension and fighting and love story.
You know what's
A
shocking?
lot of that.
Is that Lin-Manuel Miranda wasn't involved in this.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Shocking.
It looks
I think-
fine.
I think Lin-Manuel Miranda he's probably
probably
not
too
in
creative
on
for
the
this.
remake of
Yeah,
a
you're right.
musical.
He's too creative.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think he wants to do that.
It's just lazy.
Didn't
people
he-
will see it because it's West Side Story, but
Is Lin-Manuel Miranda the director of Tick Tick Boom?
He is.
Okay. So
He's the director.
Okay.
So that's his directing debut.
Yeah, so he's directing a movie, Tick Tick Boom, starring Andrew Garfield, which looks pretty good from everything I've heard. It is really good. So maybe go see that instead.
It's going to be on
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah,
I would say go.
I think it's on
So-
Netflix already, if I'm not
Is it?
mistaken.
I just
Look it up.
won't watch either one.
I don't know.
Tom's
yeah,
like,
I'm probably
I
with
don't
Tom
have
on
time.
that. One.
I do not care.
Tom saw his
We know how I feel about musicals.
opening night movie for the year on Thursday.
No, that's
so-
not. That's not it. I just I'm not a musical person. So
But
Well, I
also,
don't think
like,
it's a
neither one-
musical. I don't think
neither
the Tick Tick
Tick
Boom's a
Tick Boom.
musical.
I
It
think
is.
it is.
Oh,
It is.
It came out.
Uh-huh.
It came out yesterday.
Okay.
So
On Netflix? Or
Yeah.
did it have its limited theater release first?
I don't know. It's on Netflix right now. That's what I'm looking on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe.
Casey says it's like Romeo and Juliet in NYC talking about West Side Story. So
It's two gangs. The Jets and the
A
Sharks.
lot of snapping.
Jets
lot
and
of-
Sharks, they sound
It's a
like
jet. Always a jet.
sports teams' names, which they are. So yeah, check out
Also,
West Side
like,
Story.
I loved Baby Driver, but I didn't love Ansel Elgort.
He
Like,
kinda
are we
annoys
are we
me.
just trying? Are we still trying to make him work?
I don't
'Cause
know.
I'm
man.
over him.
That's a good question.
I don't know how I feel about him. I just have weird feeling. I don't have any reason to back it up. I just I don't know.
He was easily the least entertaining part about Baby Driver.
And I loved Baby Driver.
It was good.
I mean, he did a great job, but he needs to fix his face, or I'll fix it for him.
Well, Casey, she says, "I want all your days ruined. You should watch the Princess Diana musical on Netflix."
Princess Diana.
Oh,
musical?
if y'all want, I was like, why do you want our days to be ruined?
I didn't know there was a
But
musical.
There's a Princess Diana musical on Netflix apparently. So there you go.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, with West Side Story, I'll just say this before we move on. I saw that they played the trailer for it in the theater last week, and I was like, okay, I think this could be good, but like I also just don't have like a huge desire to see it.
I don't think it's definitely not for us.
It's not for
my,
us.
My mom will probably see it and love it.
Steven Spielberg, notoriously not a fan of our podcast, so he's like, I'm only gonna make movies that these guys don't want to
They
see
hate.
from now on.
That's fine.
So-
If we had to have an enemy and it's him, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, so I'll never forgive him for Bridge of Spies, and it has nothing to do with him.
No, it's not.
It has everything to do with the
Yeah.
fact that
Mark
that was the
Rylance?
same year. Yeah.
Shouldn't we just blame him, or should we just really blame the voting committee for the Oscars?
We should blame the yes. We
Yeah.
should be blame the
Oh,
Academy of Motion
all my
Pictures and Times.
all my
All they're doing is just doing their damnedest to act and put out a good product.
Yeah.
all my hate and disdain is very wrongly placed.
Sure,
I get that. In fact, I watched Ready Player One, and the only good part of that movie is Mark Rylance.
Mm.
So I'll give him credit.
He's a good
It's not
actor.
a good movie.
Here's
Not a good movie.
there's two actors who will forever in my book, by no fault of their own. They're both really, I would say they're good actors, but two actors who I will never forgive. One is Mark Rylance for stealing the Oscar from Sylvester Stallone for Creed, and the other is what's his butt, the redhead guy, Eddie Redmayne. I can't
I
ever
hate
forgive
Eddie
Eddie
Redmayne.
Redmayne.
I'm the
for-
Danish girl.
I can never forgive Eddie Redmayne for taking that Oscar from Michael Keaton. So there it is.
I'm the Danish girl.
Michael Keaton is our like I don't know. We're very pro
Sure.
Michael Keaton podcast here, so
Very pro Sylvester Stallone,
yeah, for sure.
except for Kevin, who thinks Rocky sucks. But
Casey said she posted a Princess Diana
Not
Diana
sucks,
musical
just
clip in the
super
Discord,
overrated.
so if you want to check that out. Also, what are we,
totally
4 or
check
5
it out.
weeks into this now? Kevin still has not joined the Discord. So there you go. If you want to join the Discord, if you want to join the Discord, link is in the description below.
Maybe
so
that'll
check
be
that
my
out.
New Year's resolution to actually click accept on that invitation.
Give it a few more weeks. I
Yeah.
gotcha. So yeah, we got that, and then also on December 10th. So this will be a limited release on December 10th, and then a wide release on Netflix on Christmas Eve. Don't Look Up. So you can check that out in theaters if you want on December 10th, or if you just want to wait a couple weeks, check it out on Netflix. It stars Leo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence, amongst many, many, many other actors, including
Psyched about this one.
including
looks
Mark
good.
Rylance and Meryl Streep and Jonah Hill, Kate Blanchett, Timothy Chalamet. Timothy Chalamet, may I? More like it, am I right? And it's directed by Adam McKay, who's directed such great films such as The Big Short, Vice, Anchorman, Step Brothers. So
He really loves
love
on
him.
his trailers to say from the director that brought you The Big Short and Anchorman.
Yeah,
like
he
he
loves
loves,
to throw that in there.
playing those
Yeah.
two against each other.
Yeah.
I was reading this the other day. Did you guys know that Adam McKay and Will Ferrell broke up their production company?
Yes.
Like they're not doing anything together anymore.
I did know that.
Did they have a falling out?
I don't know.
The way I understood it is Adam McKay was just wanting to like just go all out on like everything, and Will Ferrell was just kind of like, well, I don't know if I've got like the time and energy for all the stuff that you're wanting to do.
I'm kind of over it. Yeah. Okay.
That
I can see
kind of checks out from what I know of Adam McKay.
Yeah.
Well, if you are a fan of Adam McKay, which I would say we are a fan, podcast-wise, we're fans of Adam McKay because his movies are usually really, really solid. Like his way of telling a story, obviously you
Just
have
unique.
those
Very unique.
Anchormans and Step Brothers, which are, hilarious movies, but like Big Short, Vice, just movies that like are telling a true story that are just so well done. And unique and a lot of fun. I think that's the best way to put it, is that he can make something that's kind of serious a lot of fun, and something that takes a lot of your headspace. And if you don't understand, especially if you don't understand like how the mortgage crisis went down,
Yeah.
it's very
Very informative.
Yeah,
He's very good at
very
condensing
informative.
it
Yeah,
to an understandable level.
yeah. So,
See,
but
it's
yeah,
funny because
Oh, go
I
ahead.
loved The Big Short, but I did not like Vice.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, I
I thought
liked it.
Vice was great.
Vice was good. It was just a kind of a despicable guy.
Oh,
Bad
absolutely.
taste in
Yeah.
my mouth.
Casey-
But I thought the movie
but-
itself was pretty good.
Casey says that it looks like they're all
Right.
looking up in the poster, and that's a good point. It says don't look up, but it looks like most of them are looking up, which is
I'm sure they are.
but it's not based on a true story. So this is a new kind of fictional story, but
Yeah,
it
'cause-
looks really great.
His other comedies have been true stories.
Yeah.
Or based on true stories.
Just from the short trailer, I think Jonah Hill's gonna be really funny in this movie.
Yeah.
Like his one line is pretty funny. What's he say? It's like
It's always good to bring
You
up
got
a
it,
quote
you got it.
and then not
Yeah.
I
have
don't
it.
know.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
have it. Something like
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just gonna make something up here. No, I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I don't remember. It was funny though. I laughed about it.
It looks
later
like a
that
lot
night.
of fun. And Decent AF says, maybe unpopular opinion, but I'm not big on Jennifer Lawrence, but I'll probably still watch. Ooh, Mob, how does that make you feel? Because we know you love Jennifer Lawrence.
I
Love Jennifer Lawrence as much as I used to.
I'm in the same boat. She's something. She's just not as.
I've
She
just
hasn't
kind
done
of
a lot
moved on.
recently.
Yeah,
Did
I
she
think
win
there
an
was
Oscar
that.
too young?
No, I think she was super relatable in the early going, and she's still kind of keep up that shtick. And it's like you're not relatable anymore. You're an
Yeah.
absolute megastar,
Yeah.
and I
Got millions and
you eat
millions.
Pringles
Who's
like
made-
every person, but I don't care anymore.
But she's also made some bad decisions movie wise.
What was the last? I think the last awesome movie she was in was probably Silver Linings Playbook.
Really? I feel like she's
Maybe.
done some.
I don't
good
know.
She was
ones
in
since.
Awesome
American
movie,
Hustle after that.
Oh yeah,
which was not
She was
awesome.
which is 8 years ago now.
It was
she's
average.
good in it.
Yeah, but she's maybe that's what she always puts together a pretty good performance, but the movies themselves, like the one where she was like a single
Joy.
mom, Joy, that was
Mm.
kind of underwhelming. There was another one too that I'm blanking on.
Uh,
It's been kind of a dry run.
yeah, she did like a bunch of David O. Russell movies, starting with Silver Linings and then
Mother, also
American
not good.
Hustle, and then Joy.
And then Joy.
Yeah. Decent AF says, yes, Kevin, agreed, even though I'm boycotting you. So you're being boycotted because you haven't joined the Discord yet.
Hey, cool.
So,
Cool.
so you just like that. You like causing trouble.
I don't follow us
You
on Twitter either.
You scamp. You don't follow us on Twitter?
No.
What
Never
would you
have.
say you do?
We desperately need Twitter followers. You're not helping.
That was my original shtick. Was like I don't follow us on Twitter. I interact with our tweets a lot. I just don't follow.
Fair enough.
Corrigible.
Fair enough.
I do follow on Instagram. If that makes anybody feel better. I don't know why that's the one, but it is.
It's easy.
Pictures are better.
Okay, so yeah,
I do have a
check-
couple burners that follow on Twitter though. So
Okay.
Movie boy Devin.
yeah, Devin Heath.
Devin Heath.
Just a
I
picture
mean,
of Kevin
that's
with
just
like
that's
Groucho
just some
glasses
guy.
on.
I don't know him. That cool guy.
Yeah. And then the week after Don't Look Up is in theaters, we get the follow-up from the director of Grinding Nemo. We get Nightmare Alley.
I am excited for this one. This looks very good.
I have it wrong on the slide. It should be December 17th, not December 2nd. And it's starring Bradley Cooper and Cate Blanchett, amongst a lot of other actors and actresses. And it's directed by Guillermo del Toro.
Speaking of actors that haven't made a good movie in a while, Bradley Cooper.
Don't say that in front of Mob.
I know you like Stars Born. It was fine.
It was great.
It was fine.
It was great.
It was fine.
He was incredible.
I can't have this conversation right now.
He
It was fine.
He was fantastic.
It was
you,
fine,
sir.
And he did everything. He directed it.
Tom,
he
who are you
starred in
upset
it.
with?
He sang in it.
He's
Kevin.
upset with me.
Okay.
Because I'm saying A Star is Born is fine.
You guys know I love this movie.
It was
It's a
fine.
good movie.
I still think about it sometimes.
Yeah.
I think about
It's
it
rough.
often.
It was fine.
Kevin is just making a lot of enemies today.
Here's
Yeah,
the thing. Kevin
whatever.
doesn't like to feel when he watches movies.
No, I
so
don't.
A Star is
I do
Born
not.
is not a good movie for him because it has all the feelings.
I also just didn't really like the music. I'm sorry, Tom.
Oh,
Yeah,
It was fine.
I'll fight you on that.
we're moving on. Get back to
All
Nightmare
right.
Alley.
Well, Nightmare Alley. It's going to be in theaters on December 17th. I don't really know what it's about, but it looks like a typical Guillermo del Toro movie where there's going
It's
to
a
be some
remake as
spooky
well, I
stuff. I think
Yeah,
it is.
it was
yeah.
a 1947 film noir film by somebody. I looked it up this morning.
All right.
You think I'm lying, but I'm telling the truth.
Is it about like monsters and stuff?
I don't know. I couldn't really tell
Not
from
sure.
the trailer.
Guillermo del Toro really likes monsters.
Does.
So I feel like there's got to be a monster in it, right? Yeah. Okay.
I feel like Cate Blanchett, she's in this one, right?
She is.
She might be very scary in this one. She scares me sometimes.
She scares me. The one time she really scared me was whenever she did that scene in Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
where she
I
gets,
think I'm scarred by
goes
that.
after Frodo. Ooh, ooh, spooky.
Yep.
I mean, the little synopsis of it on IMDb is an ambitious carny with a talent for manipulating people with a few well-chosen words hooks up with a female psychiatrist who's even more dangerous than him.
Spooky. Yeah.
Spooky.
So definitely check that out. My mom is asking, so someone explain what the Discord is and why I should join it. Kevin, you want to take that? You want to go ahead and roll with that one?
Discord is just a place where people put things and you can read them.
About sums it up.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. You forgot to add that part.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. I wouldn't know.
It's like
But it's a lot
CineBoiz
of fun.
podcast 24/7 is probably the best way to put it. Oh yeah, Casey says, "Okay, Kathy, imagine a website that is basically like this chat room but 24/7." Nailed it. That's exactly what it is. Okay. Well, check out Nightmare Alley if you dare.
I shall.
All right. And also the same weekend that we're getting Nightmare Alley, we're, of course, getting Spider-Man No Way Home, which we've talked about a lot so far today. I put here not starring Toby Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and it's directed by John Watts. So, again, we're doubling down on this. Toby Maguire and Andrew Garfield will not be in this movie. All right? Got it?
There. Yeah.
Okay. Good. But we're all excited for it. It'll still be a good
It's
movie.
still gonna be great.
Still gonna be great.
Do we think there's going to be a fourth Spider-Man?
No, but I don't
That
think
is
Tom
the final
Holland will.
one.
I don't think Tom Holland will be done playing Spider-Man.
Oh, for sure he won't be.
They got to make some like Young Avengers movies or something.
Yeah.
So you got to throw. There's got to be like a crossover movie between him and Sprite from Eternals at some point. We need to get
Haven't
the
even seen that movie
Sprite
yet.
solo movie.
I don't care about Sprite.
I just watched the second Spider-Man the other night just to rewatch. Such a fun ride.
Second, Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Yeah, second. What's it called?
They're all so great.
Far From Home?
Far From Home.
Far From Home.
Yes.
Zendaya is so good. She's so good as Mary Jane.
I've said this before in the podcast, and I think the reason why the Tom Holland Spider-Mans are so good is because what they do better than the other Spider-Mans is they like make it very realistically happening
teenage.
amongst awkward teenagers.
Yeah.
Like
Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst were in their 20s playing
They were adults.
17-year-olds.
right, and they also the opening of Far From Home is the high school's like daily like news show.
Yeah.
And it's just so like this is
Spot
exactly
on.
what high school
Yeah.
is. This is so funny. So if you haven't seen the Tom Holland Spider-Mans, you're doing yourself a disservice.
What are you doing?
He's the best.
Tom's even
Spider-Man.
seen him. So
Yeah, he has.
Right?
Yeah,
Right?
he has. He's just sitting there.
Gonna plead the fifth on this one.
You haven't seen him, yeah, Tom.
I
They're on like Hulu.
Oh shoot,
Yeah, I
man!
know. I just haven't got to it yet.
You haven't seen either one?
No, but I've got like a month until the third one, so I'm
It's
gonna,
true.
I'm gonna
You
knock him out here.
You have plenty of time. So
I'm gonna knock him out here.
Tom, I
they're
love
easy.
you.
Maybe
They're
watch
easy
one
watches.
tonight.
Plus, you get friend of the podcast Michael Keaton in them. So what can go wrong? All right. So we get
That was
Spider-Man No
incredible.
Way Home. And then the last one we're going to talk about comes out December 22nd in theaters and HBO Max. The Matrix Resurrections, or The Matrix 4. So,
Yeah, Resurrections. Yeah, that's right.
I'm cautiously
Mhm.
excited.
Yeah, I think it'll
About
be
it?
good.
I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah. The second and
Optimistic?
third are not that great, but I'm optimistic.
Third was just horrible.
I thought the third was better than the second one, though.
I agree.
Maybe I'm remembering
the third,
wrong.
The third did not utilize as much CGI as the second one did.
Yeah, second one I thought was by far the worst
It
one.
was way too over the top.
Which one is the one where they're like fighting in the mansion?
I think that's the second
That's the second one.
Okay, that's what okay, that one's the terrible one. That one sucked.
Yeah, we went back and watched the original Matrix a couple weeks ago, and the fiance was not a huge fan of it, so I'll probably see that one alone. But that's okay.
Disappointing.
That's okay. I'm not gonna make her watch 2 and 3, so she can go see 4. So that's not happening. I wouldn't do that.
You don't
to her.
even really. You don't need to. Do you need to see him? You can just like.
I don't know, man. I don't know what the fourth one's gonna be about. So maybe you do need to see it. Maybe you don't. I don't know. But yeah. So that's it, man. There's other movies coming out in December, but those were the ones we felt like, yeah, we'll probably talk about those. Those are the big ones for December. So it's gonna be a big month. Another big month for movies. Alamo Drafthouse, please start up your season pass program in Austin. This is my PSA. It's over.
Have you emailed them again yet?
I've not emailed them again just because the response that I got made it seem like they probably wouldn't want to get another email from me. So, yeah. Okay. Well,
Do they not know they're our biggest sponsor though?
they are our biggest sponsor.
We
They
give
are.
them so much free advertising.
We need to get our merch up so I can go to the theater with all my CineBoiz merch. So they'll be like, "Oh, you're that guy. You're that guy who talks about us on your
this
podcast."
dude?
Guilty.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, that's it for our December movie preview. What do you say we get into some trivia today? You in? You good? You want to do it?
I could dabble.
All right. Well, Tom, take it away.
All
my
right.
man.
I was actually inspired this week because you know what, guys? Next week is Thanksgiving. We enjoy Thanksgiving. So I thought it'd be fun to do a little Ghostbusters trivia instead.
All right. All right.
So our first question, true or false? Ghostbusters was the highest grossing movie of 1984. True or false?
I'd say false.
I'm trying to think of other 1984 movies.
To me, it feels like one of those that got bigger later on, but I could be totally wrong.
The original Dune came out in 1984, so
Did have a lot of pretty big stars in it, though.
I'll say yes. I'll say true.
I'll stick with no. I don't know.
Maubert?
Yes. No, false.
The correct answer is false.
Oh,
Although
darn.
it was a huge success, it came in second by a slight margin to a little movie called Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh. Okay.
Interesting.
Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Isn't that an R-rated movie?
Yes.
Huh. You would think that a PG movie would beat an R-rated movie, but guess I'm wrong.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Was that pre PG-13 rating?
Yes.
Because that doesn't seem like an R-rated movie.
Well, maybe not. I don't know. I think it was before PG-13, in all honesty.
What year
Yeah.
do we think PG-13 became a thing?
It was the
80,
80s.
84. Because Temple of Doom was the reason that they created a middle tier.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That was true. That's been trivia before.
It's so weird to think of like an in between, or not having an in between PG and
Yeah.
R.
What
You
a
go
what a
from
jump!
Finding Nemo to
Grinding Nemo.
Grinding
Yeah.
Nemo. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like no in between.
Yeah. Next question: how much money did it cost to make the movie? $76 million, $50 million, or $32 million?
Gotta factor in inflation, doing the numbers.
I'm gonna
in
say
my
50.
head.
I'm going to say 76.
I'll say it seems like it was probably a pretty big production. I'll go with the high number, 70 something.
Did everybody answer? Kind of zoned
Yeah, I
out
said
first.
50.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of zoned out.
The answer, of course, is 32 million.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Inflation.
Inflation. We're not
Wow.
good. I'm not doing good today.
I'm batting 500.
You guys ready
No
for the
big
next
deal.
one?
Yeah, let's do it.
True or false? Ghostbusters was nominated for more than one Academy Award.
I'm kind of surprised it was nominated for any Academy Awards.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I'll say no.
I'm gonna say true.
The answer is true. It
It
was nominated for Best Visual Effects
Yeah.
and Best Original Song.
Oh, that makes
best visual
sense.
song.
That
Best
song's a
visual effects is pretty funny. when
that
you
song
think
is a
about it.
banger.
Yeah. Next question. Who earned an uncredited nod as a contributing writer? Rick Moranis, Bill Murray, or Ivan Reitman?
Surely not Bill Murray. I'll go Rick Moranis.
Yeah, Rick Moranis.
I actually feel like it's Rick Moranis.
The answer, of course, is Rick Moranis.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
one finally.
all right, all right.
Jeez.
How many more do you think we should do? 1, 2?
Let's do one more.
Alrighty. Let me find a good one here for us. So
You got Beverly
Aykroyd.
Hills stuck in my head.
here we go. Aykroyd and Ramis originally wrote Bill Murray's role for which actor? Steve Martin, John Belushi, or John Candy?
I've heard this.
John
I think it's John
Belushi.
It's John
Candy.
Belushi.
But I didn't know it was John. I
Nailed
wish
it.
it was John Candy.
It's John Belushi.
Nailed it. All right. Well, cool.
What there's I've heard that story before and it's pretty good. I think I've heard Bill Murray say it on a talk show.
Cool
I'm
story.
coming up with a lot of stories today
Cool
that
story,
go nowhere.
Kevin.
Go no.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I start a
It's
sentence,
tough.
I have no idea where it's going.
And I hope I find it along the
I
way.
hope I find it along the way.
Gotcha. All right. Well, how about we do some movie anniversaries then?
I bet
We
you'd
can
like
do
that.
it.
You freak.
Happy 5-year anniversary to Allied with Brad Pitt and Marion Cotillard.
Ooh, that movie was
Oh,
bad.
yeah, that movie.
Didn't see
Boring.
Oh, my.
Boring.
Heard
I
it.
love
thought
Brad Pitt.
I thought it was going to be awesome, and it was so boring.
Wasn't it just like super slow?
so
Like,
slow?
No action.
It was a spy World War II movie that was boring. How?
Was it Oscar bait?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was like a serious
Did it-
version of Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Pretty much.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I mean, there's worse movies you could watch. I'd give it a solid 5 out of 10. Mustaches,
That's an F.
but it's not. There, I'm saying there's worse things you could watch, but man, I had expectations and they were not met.
I'm sorry, man.
Thank you.
Happy 10-year anniversary to Rampart with Woody Harrelson.
Gosh.
He was a LAPD.
Oh,
Corrupt
yeah.
Cop.
Yeah.
That was one. That was one I started watching, and then I was pretty bored with it, so then I quit.
Okay.
That's 10 years old.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's not a great review. It's one I started and didn't finish because I was
Yeah.
bored.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway,
That looks
And
like
then-
one I've probably scrolled over on Netflix many times.
Yeah.
Thought about,
Yeah.
moved on.
yeah. Happy 25-year anniversary to The Crucible.
Oh, yeah. Seen it. Watched it in high school.
Mr.
Yep.
Daniel Day and Winona Ryder. Is that right?
Nona.
Winona.
Yeah. Winona.
Yep.
I don't have anything to say about that.
Really bringing the heat this week, Tom.
Well, you know what?
I'm
Why don't
surprised
you
there
guys
weren't.
try it?
I'm surprised there weren't more good ones. I guess next week will be the week.
Yeah, it's going to get good here, I bet, with Thanksgiving.
We're always saying that though, and does it? A
To
lot
be-
of times doesn't.
To be fair, though, we are not going to have an episode next week.
Ah,
So,
shoot.
Yeah. So we'll have to
That's
do a double dose of anniversaries in a couple of weeks.
Thank goodness. I need a break from this disappointment.
Hey, Tom, it's okay. Last time I did it, they both literally looked at me and said, Tom will do better next time.
Yeah.
Something like that.
We were
Oh,
pretty
then-
mean.
and then I don't.
We were pretty mean to him.
Look,
when-
Tom, it's not your fault that no good movies came out this week. So,
Yeah,
well, think about it. If we're still doing this podcast in 5 years, you can say Ghostbusters Afterlife
it's true.
We'll be
So.
psyched.
or King Richard
That's true.
or Tick Tick Boom. So,
We're not doing Die. We're not doing Die Hard this year, are we?
well, we can talk about it, but I think we should do it.
I don't know. Just not thought of it. Sorry, Die Hard.
Hadn't even talked
Weinhard.
about it yet.
Excuse me, Weinhard.
Everybody's getting a peek behind the curtain right now.
Nah, we've talked about Weinhard before.
On the podcast?
Hell,
Well, we've done it on the podcast. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, we still got to
certainly.
plan everything out. But
Just got
I
some
think we'll
details to
do
hammer out.
Weinhardt again this year.
Feels
I'm-
late.
Here's what
Feels
I'll
like
say.
we haven't talked about it.
Well, I think what we should do is do a Weinhardt special live stream where it's not a podcast episode. We just watch the movie together.
I like it.
Thumbs up in the chat if you want to watch Die Hard with us.
How about this year we watch the most recent one and we just talk about how bad it is?
How about no?
Die Harder.
I didn't even enjoy that one.
No, it was bad. What's the one with Justin Long in it? That's the
Live
third
Free or
one.
Die
Free or
Hard.
Die Hard,
Okay.
baby.
That
Also
one
has
was.
Timothy Oliphant.
Oh yeah,
God, he's beautiful.
he is
He's a
beautiful.
beautiful
Good looking
man.
man. Good
Most
looking
beautiful
man.
villain ever.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about it. I think we should have a watch party if everybody wants to join us. We'll do it at nighttime, so everyone can come hang out with us and we can all watch a movie together. We've been talking about doing that forever. I think we do it because Die Hard is the
Seems
most
right.
important movie. And we'll, Weinhard, it'll be good. All right. Well, guys, that's pretty much it for this week. So we'll just so you know, we're taking a break next week, so we're not going to have an episode. We won't be live streaming next week. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it now. I'm going to say it now so you can put it on your calendar. 2 weeks from today, we're going to watch Die Hard together. Movie night with the CineBoiz. You guys are in, right?
Yeah.
All
Of
right.
course.
Check my schedule.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll wait till we hear back from Mob, but we're going to
I
have
also-
a movie night.
Say yes unless I have something to do. Then I can't. That's how.
Unless
that's how
something
time
else-
works.
Yes,
Unless
I'm
something
gonna
better
commit
comes
now
up.
and then decommit later. Yes.
I'm pretty
Get a
bad
better
about
offer.
committing to things, and then my wife says, "Actually, you're an idiot. We can't do that."
Okay.
That
Well,
happens a lot.
we'll just go ahead and you
Kinda shocking.
after we're done here, go to the wives and say,
Oh.
"Hey, wives, Saturday after or 2 weeks from today, I'm gonna watch Die Hard with all my favorite internet friends." And they're not gonna say no to that. We'll keep you all posted. Decent AF says Oliphant's so hot. Preaching to the
So
choir,
hot.
Decent AF.
Handsome man.
All right, we got some thumbs up in the chat. The people want to watch Die Hard with us, so we're gonna do that. We'll say this: around 2 weeks from now, we're gonna watch Die Hard, and that'll
I like
be
it.
the next get together that we have. But anyways, I do want to say we've dwelled on that way too long. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to wrap it up here. Just some housekeeping things. Be sure to subscribe to us on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. Rate, review, share us. Share us with a friend. Say, hey, you want to listen to a good podcast? Here's one. So do that. And then also...
I'd say adequate podcast.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Good is
oh
too
my
strong.
gosh, guys.
We're just a couple normal
Where's
guys.
this
just
coming
chatting
from?
it up.
And then you can, of course, subscribe to the Corkbats YouTube page where you can get all your fun Corkbats content, including live episodes of this podcast, mostly every Saturday. And then also you can watch the recording afterwards on the Corkbats YouTube page. And then, yeah, be sure to follow us on all the socials at the CineBoiz on Twitter and Instagram. You can email us, cineboyspodcast@gmail.com. What's the status? Did we get any emails this week?
Surely no.
I'm always taken aback by this.
Never.
We got
prepared.
an email from Shannon.
Shannon.
Yeah. She scrolled past our profile today while she was on Instagram and really loving the things we're doing lately.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, she manages popular Instagram pages.
Okay, we need a manager.
She was wondering if we wanted to be promoted on
course we
her
do.
Instagram page. It's a
Sure.
perfect way to gain exposure.
Of
go, Shannon.
course we do.
So
But does she have any movie related questions? Delete. Just
No.
delete. Just delete.
Hey, look, this is exposure we're talking about here. I think we go for this.
Shannon.
Also-
There's no way this is a bot, right?
Sounds like
no
a
way.
bot.
no way.
The
No way.
other email we got was 184 people saw our tweet.
Hey,
Which tweet? Which tweet?
we're blowing
Here's a
up.
photo of
That's
the No
cool.
Way Home trailer. It does not feature Andrew Garfield and Toby Maguire. The reason they're not in No Way Home. That one got 184 views.
That was a pretty good
Cool.
tweet.
Right, let's
Pretty good
go. Good tweet.
So those are the two emails we got this week.
Shout out to our social media manager for that exposure on that tweet. Way to go.
Thanks, Shannon.
Thanks, Shannon.
Yeah. Shannon.
Shannon, the social media manager. All right. Well, be sure to do that. Also, be sure to follow Cork Bats on Twitter and Instagram. It's at Cork Bats on Twitter and at Cork Bats 2 on Instagram due to legal reasons.
Thanks, Dana White.
Dana White of the UFC for shutting down our Instagram page.
If you're drinking any good alcohol this Thanksgiving, tweet at Corked Beers. Why not?
Cork Beers. Anytime you pick up a beer, just tweet at Cork Beers and let them know that you're having a beer. Yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much it. Do you got anything else you want to say?
No.
Doesn't look like it. Well,
I'm going to see Dune today.
Oh yeah!
Finally!
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
It'll be good.
You're gonna love it.
I know.
Yeah, I just want to say too, thank you to Casey, my mom, Decent AF, Molly. Who else was in the chat today?
Feels like there was one more.
I feel like there was 2, but I don't see anybody. That's okay. Well, if we forgot, Cork Bats was in the chat. There you go.
Thanks, Dad.
Well, guys, thanks for hopping in with us, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Later, skaters.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.